Good evening. My name's Chris Budnick, and want to welcome everybody to our women's transition ceremony. What a wonderful night.
Yes.
A lot to celebrate. Been nice having folks back together and hearing it and feeling it all through the building today. This is great. I want to especially thank all the participants that worked really hard to get the facility looking right and get everything prepared for today. I want to thank the friends and family that have come out here and shown their support. The alumni that are here, thank you for being part of the fabric of what makes healing transitions, as many people describe, what feels like family. And so that comes from everyone's heart, everyone's actions and deeds, and just grateful to be around it. I want to thank our board of directors, which are our volunteers, and our board of trustees that serve the mission by donating their time, treasure, and talent. It allows us to continue to operate this program, providing services at no cost to individuals seeking help. Tonight is, like other ceremonies, very special because we get to celebrate and witness the different paths that people have taken to find recovery. And there's always a tremendous amount of awe and respect for the perseverance that each individual woman has shown. I always believe I would have thrown in the towel a long time ago and never made it as far as the women have made it. Things that they've had to overcome and the obstacles that they've encountered. And a big thing that I've always observed that I think has contributed to their perseverance is the sisterhood and support that is just second to none. And so I want to welcome you all, say we're very grateful for you to be here, looking forward to a very special evening. And at this point, I'm going to introduce Tracy Freeman.
evening, everyone. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. My name is Tracy Freeman Hines. I am the Director of Recovery Services for the Women's Campus. I'm also Silver Tripper number 110. Personal long-term recovery, and what that means that I haven't found a need to use or put a drink or substance in my body to change the way I feel for almost 11 years. All right. Tonight, we are here to really celebrate 8 women who have accomplished a great thing by completing our long-term recovery program. In recognition of that, what they will be receiving is a medallion that says Healing Transitions of Raleigh on one side, and on the back side, it says I am responsible one day at a time, alumni. And so to get started, the first alumni we would like to recognize, and I'm going to ad lib a little bit because when I was coming up with her intro, I was trying to be professional and all that kind of good stuff, but I really got to say what I need to say about this young lady. The first alumni we would like to recognize tonight was referred to us by one of our staff members, and just doing some background history on her, was not very sure if she would be a good fit for our program. My first thought was absolutely not. Kathy Worley, first engaged. On November 16, 2020. She had a smooth progression through her program until she got to CTR 1, where she was voted back to MET 1 on April 5th, 2021 for issues such as lack of boundaries, dishonesty, and doing nothing. She returned to CTR 1 on April 16th after writing about 8,000 words and transitioned to CTR 2 on August 4th, 2021. While in CTR 2, Kathy did a service commitment in the planning room as a peer mentor. She was able to transition to alumni status on January 24th, 2022. While engaged with us, Kathy faced federal charges that could have potentially sent her to prison for a substantial amount of time. But due to her hard work she did on herself and in this program, she's a free woman today. Also currently a full-time employee of Healing Transitions. Engaged in our program a total of 434 days, attended over 424 12-step meetings, and wrote over 11,000 words. Please help me welcome Healing Transitions alumni number 302, Kathy Worley. I feel like I'm winning a Grammy. It really does feel like it. Trying to get my composure. I'd like to thank the board of directors, the board of trustees as well. There's not enough words to say what this place has done for me. My father called here one night at 11 o'clock, was able to get Sherry Van on the phone, and I was from Lenore County, so I wasn't a Wayne County resident. And the chances of being able to get here were slim, like Ms. Tracy said, that Mr. Dickens and Ms. Tracy decided to give myself and Travis a shot. We made it through this program. It was a long, hard road, but people like DeCorba, Amy, Ms. Tracy, Casey, Ms. Dana that hired me, just willing to work with me and saw me struggling. Ms. Casey was so good about telling me about myself. And my entitlement issues, and me being daddy's little girl, and I certainly was. And Miss Tracy, I can't say it enough, she taught me how to be a lady again, and that just brings values. My family, I love you, Dad. I appreciate all the support that they gave to me through this time. And Havana, my baby girl, bless her heart, she struggled just as much as I have while I was away. So just as much a thing for her too. I get to have her with me now, and that just God's promises were fulfilled, and I'm just so thankful to Healing Transitions for what they've done. They've saved my life, and I'll never be able to repay that. And that's why I come every day with a smile on my face, ready to serve and do for others as they did for me so easily. So Thank you. All right, so our next alumni we would like to recognize is one of the first participants that engaged in our program at the Women's Campus when we first opened back in January of 2006. Nicole engaged in our program on February 6, 2006 and had a smooth transition to CTR2 on August 17, 2006. While in CTR2, Nicole started a service commitment in the planning room, but did not complete. Nicole actually holds the honor of being listed as our very first peer mentor and what was called back in the day, assistant staff. And I think another participant actually learned that for us. Let's see. Unfortunately, Nicole left the program in December of 2006 and returned to our detox in March of 2007. She was able to participate in our retract program after discharging from our detox, but left the program in May of 2007. Recently, Nicole decided that it was time to get back into compliance to get her number, and which she did, and is now an employee of Healing Transitions, working as a recovery engagement specialist. Please help me welcome Healing Transitions alumni number 306, Nicole Thomas.
I'm a wreck for a couple of reasons. And I probably can't look at nobody. It's a lot of paper, but big words, big writing. This means so much to me. And I'm nervous about talking about myself or anything that I've done, or I just don't like talking about something I'm not confident in. I'm not confident in myself, which is probably a good thing. Like Tracy said, I was here in February 2006, about 15 days after they opened the women's program. That was 16 and a half years ago. I'd love to say, of course, she's disclosed, I was in detox. I probably needed detox when I first came, but they didn't have detox when I first came. It wasn't open. So my first transition ceremony, which I will do that next, but when I transitioned from, I'm gonna use old terms, I gotta say that now. Healing place in my heart. It's a healing place in my heart. I learned a lot about healing in this place, but I still love the name. It's hard to say because it's a place of transition. My first transition ceremony was on September 20th, 2006. That was the day before my mama's birthday. A lot has happened. A whole lot has happened since I left here in December of 2006. Long, long time. I've had many, many treatment episodes, jail, prison, and alcohol overdose. Like I'm one of the few people that I can manage the OD on alcohol. Hospital stays, multiple DUIs. I've heard a lot of people. I have a small family. I've heard every one of them more, way more than they deserve, or any of our families really. But clearly, I had some more experiment to do. Big Book says how to go out and try some controlled drinking. As far as the Big Book's concerned, I had a Big Book when I came here and brought it with me. This place this is where I had the opportunity to learn what the Big Book was and what it means. Given my sobriety date, my name is Nicole, and my sobriety date is March 20, 2019. So even though it's been 16 years since I've been here, this place is not a fix. It's not what keeps you or anybody or me sober. But what I learned and what this place did for me is a huge part of the foundation of what I consider to be recovery and a new way of looking at things. The only thing I can really share, because the big length of time, is that I've learned the most by looking back. But I still had to go through what I went through. In those 3.5 years, I've figured out, that some things have, besides the name, have changed. This place does not give up on anyone. They will meet you where you're at. I've seen that even more in the last 5 months that I've worked here. Even then, the program offers much more than it used to. Now they have a bus line, they take you to the doctor, or it's available for you to make it to a doctor appointment. There's medications, like I remember begging my family, like, can I just get this? There's just so much, what you get, you get out of it, what you put into it. And if I had to say anything as far as sharing what I've learned by looking back over the last 16 years, don't rush through it. While you're here at Healing Place, really work the steps. Don't just go to group sessions. Don't just try to get through the program. It's amazing. I'm not here to sell anybody on Healing Place. I'm here to sell somebody on recovery and a new way to live. And this is a place where providing all those needs, you ain't got to worry about nothing, not one thing. Work the steps, because that's where you figure it out. And recovery dynamics, I cannot, and I ain't going even, I could go on about recovery dynamics. I'm a huge fan. The repetition and the simplicity of what that book program, the group sessions 1 through 28, what it does, and it gets on your nerves, but it gets in your brain, and it got in my soul. I was telling my mom, so of course I didn't finish this till 5 minutes before I had to change clothes. Telling my mama that all of my thoughts come from the big book or recovery dynamics or something I've learned in recovery. Thank God. So healing transitions is how I learned about what the solution is. We all know, well, a lot of us know how to break down step 1 and step 2. But one of the biggest portions of it is fellowship, which means connection. It's not just fellowship, hanging out and being friends, and partying and not partying, but socializing. And, it's about connection. That's what fellowship means to me. And not being connected almost killed me, or worse, kept me stuck in that way. Connection is still the absolute hardest thing in the world for me to do. It's very, very hard for me to reach out to other people in any way, shape, form, or fashion. And I love people, and I love people that are in recovery and they're struggling more than I love anything. And everything I went through, both before and after here and in general, has given me a love for knowing that it's doable. It's hard for me still, but no matter what, just keep trying, keep showing up, no matter what happens. If there's anything I have to share, that's what'll save your life, is staying connected to people, to preferably recovery people, because that's what's going to save your life and give you a life worth living. I really, really, really did not want to stand up here and do this. I just can't stand. I don't see a camera, but I thought there was going to be one. Don't tell me where it's at if it is one. That scares me more than talking to people. And I'm sorry I'm talking so long. It's hard. I'm not doing this for me though. I'm doing this because even though there's not anything you can say really, other than showing up for people. And if there's somebody out there that thinks that they've used too many times or relapsed too many times, or that they don't have a chance because they've done too much, that is not possible. It's absolutely not possible. I didn't do this for me. I did it to show that recovery is possible, and it looks different for everybody. It takes what it takes. Healing Place, healing transitions, one of my favorite mottos, as many times as it takes. No matter what, never give up. So today I'm free. That's the biggest difference. I'm free. I'm not bound by addiction. Alcohol and drugs do not make my decisions for me. Life is hard. Life is really hard. But I'm free. I'm free to choose. I'm free to make mistakes. I'm free to hurt. And I'm free to feel. And I'm free to be present. I would like to thank God, whether I knew it or not. He was always directing my ways. I would like to thank AA and its founders. I know that sort of goes without saying. And God put them on this earth for me. Everybody knows group session one knows. All of it led up to this moment. And it'll continue it. It'll continue. The AA and its founders in the big book. That's where the solution's at. I would like to thank the Healing Place, Healing Transition, especially staff, all the staff. There's not any staff here that was here when, well, Chris was here. Chris was here. We had men coming over. And everybody in my life that I've met, both on the streets and in recovery, in jails, every single person I've met has played a part in who I am and what I can be. And I'm so grateful that they were here. I'd like to thank everybody who donates to this program in any way, shape, form, and fashion, whether it's time, whether it's the board, whether it's money, alumni, anything, because without all that, this would not be possible. And I would like to thank my mama. Ain't nobody on the planet loves me like that mama will. And I said 16 years ago on September 20, 2006, so she did the best thing she did for me, and that was by saying no. And then since that time, she didn't practice that real well. But of all things, she's always loved. She's always loved me. She's my biggest fan. She's my biggest supporter, and she's always believed in me. Thank God for mamas. Having some challenges with my mamahood right now, personally, my children. But no matter what, it's not too late. If anybody remembers or thinks anything, it is not too late. If there's breath, there's hope. Don't ever give up. Trust that if you think you've ruined God's plan, you are not that powerful. So trust God, clean house, help others.
Our next alumni was referred to us through our emergency overnight shelter. Tabitha Collins spent about 10 days and overnight before entering our recovery program, which was on January 5th, 2021. Tabitha also had a smooth transition through our program, making it to CTR2 on February 11th, 2021. While in the commitment portions of our program, Tabitha was addressed on attitudes and behaviors, such as inconsideration, doing nothing, bad attitude, entitlement, lots of entitlement, and not following community guidelines. She received suggestions from her peers, such as 2,000 words on speak less and listen more. 1,000 words on deflection and 1,000 words on who am I without integrity. Tabitha completed a service commitment in the planning room as a peer mentor while in CTR2 and was able to transition to alumni status on May 1st, 2022. While engaged in our program, Tabitha spent 481 days in the program and attended 557 12-step meetings. Please help me welcome Healing Transitions alumni.
What this means to me. This means I finished something. It means I surrender to God. They say all things through Christ is possible. It's so true because I'm standing here right now in front of all you guys. When I got here, I did not like myself. I did not smile. I probably would have left, honestly, but Chef Mary, she took me in and she loved me until I could love myself. There's a lot of people here that I couldn't have done it without. Miss Tracy gave me the business in the planning room all the time to help me learn about myself, become a better person. And for that, I really appreciate you. The Corba, anytime I had anything like that was really on my heart, I was worried about, I would come to you. Like I tell everybody that you're a rock in this place. They couldn't do it without you. There's no doubt. And all these ladies in here. The difference y'all have helped me make in my life. The person that I am today is not the person that walked me in those doors. I love me today. Me and my kids have a great relationship, you know, I mean, it's amazing. And me and my parents have a great relationship. So, and on top of that, now I have great housemates that I love very, very much. So I'm gonna keep going because I got rocks beside me. I love y'all. Thank you.
All right, so our next alumni that we would like to recognize is Miss Leanne Hearn. First engagement with our program was back in 2019, where she made it to CTR2, but left the program without completing. She returned to her program on August 14, 2021 through our non-medical detox. She entered the motivation and engagement track on August 15th and made it to CTR2, completing a commitment not only in the planning room as a peer mentor, but also as a driver. While in the commitment portions of the program this time around, Leanne was addressed on attitudes and behaviors such as doing nothing, gossip, and consideration. She received suggestions from her peers such as writing 1,000 words on what has been the consequences of me failing to advocate for myself. 500 words, I am no longer a victim, and 1,000 words, my recovery cannot be an inconvenience. Leanne completed the program this time around and transitioned into alumni status on May 8th, 2022. While here, Leanne attended over 215 12-step meetings and was here a total of 256 days. Please help me welcome Healing Transitions alumni number 308, Leanne Hearn.
I cannot imagine where I would be today if it weren't for Healing Transitions, giving me a solution to the problem I had no idea how to fix. I can thank you, Miss Tracy, for all the little urges along the road. I can thank you, Casey, for talking me off the bridge every time I would sit on your couch. And all the staff here that has supported me through this. My sponsor, Phyllis, she calls me out on my bull every chance she gets. She sees me a mile away. So there's no getting around Phyllis. Come in, surrender to the program, work 12 steps, and you can make it. Thanks for letting me share.
So the first time I met our next alumni was when I observed her wheelbarrowing mulch to the backyard. I thought to myself that she had to be the most willing Met One participant that I had ever seen. And she had always had a smile on her face every time somebody asked her to do anything. This is indicative of the person she is. Tanya Grant has always had a willing spirit anytime someone asked for help. Tanya entered our recovery program on July 2nd, 2021, and had a smooth path through our program. While engaged in the commitment portions of our program, Tanya was addressed on attitudes and behaviors such as inconsideration, doing nothing, job irresponsibility, and not following community suggestions. She received suggestions such as completing a plan of action for healthy boundaries, a writing on no is a complete sentence, and a 30-day yes ban. While in the CTR2, Tanya completed a service commitment in buildings and grounds and was able to transition out of our program in alumni status on June 7th, 2022. While in the program, Tanya attended 398 12-step meetings and was engaged in our program a total of 340 days. Please help me welcome Healing Transitions alumni number 310.
Oh, I'll tell you right now, I think I get this thing. When I came in here, y'all, I came from jail, so put me in jail. So when I first got here, I got to put on my clothes, put my hair in a ponytail holder, have food that didn't smell like a tire. I live at Lake County Jail, so I was the happiest person when I came in here. So from that point on, I was just so thankful that they let me come here. Because they didn't have to. I could have stayed right there this whole time. And I think that every single day. I want to thank a few people. First off, thank you, God. Thank you, God, because I couldn't do this. I could do a lot of stuff in my life. I could never do this. I couldn't stay sober 5 minutes, much less this much time. Mama. I love you. I love you. You're my best friend. My ride or die. They didn't judge me. They came here and hauled stuff to detox for me, but they got in trouble with A&I. And I really appreciate it. Gina, that girl right there, I saw her and Jamie the first day, and we had FIA, and I was like, whatever they got, however they did it, I want to do the same exact thing. I followed you and I followed Jamie. I said, that's what I want. That's what I want. And Sherry, Lord knows, thank goodness for all of her devotions, because sometimes I wasn't feeling that spiritual. I'll be in there I'll be just like all up in my stuff, and she'd be like, and she'd read something too. Casey, thank you for always making me feel okay, and I didn't feel okay about myself. And Tracy, thank goodness, girl, I'm a day right now. Tracy's the only one. I was like, but I stood my grandmother and she just looked at me like, sit down with a girl. Sit down with a girl. I was like, yes, ma'am. I saw TT a few times. And Chris, thank you so much for all the pictures and all the ways I could keep my family connected with what was going on with me here. It really meant a lot to them and to me. And thank you all. I love Healing Transition. This saved my life.
Our next alumni has had a long history with us. I'm trying not to cry while reading this. Crystal Taylor first engaged in services with us back in March of 2012, where she entered our non-medical detox and transitioned to the motivation and engagement track on April 17, 2012. On April 22nd, 2012, Crystal left the program. She returned for a short period of time on February 17, 2017, and then again left the program. She returned to our detox in June and made it to CTR1, was placed on our REC list with a pathway to work her way back into the program. She re-entered our detox on December 26, 2017, and had 2 more admissions in our detox before going on a very, very long, well-known spree. And I'm just going to add to this. I didn't type this up or anything, but we were in my prayers the whole time, praying that we wouldn't get a phone call about you guys. And so I'm so very glad that you made it back to us. She returned to our program on June 29th, 2021, where she had a smooth path through our program, making it to CTR1 on August 4th, 2021, and then CTR2 on February 23rd, 2022. While in CTR2, Crystal completed a service commitment in the planning room as a peer mentor and was able to transition out of our program into alumni status on July 3rd, 2022. She is also now a newly hired employee of Healing Transition. While engaged in our program, Crystal attended 426 12-step meetings and was engaged in our program this time around a total of 379 days. Please help me welcome Healing Transitions alumni number 311.
Hey, y'all. So I was gonna tell y'all some things, but Tracy already knows everything. I just want to say that standing, I didn't think I would ever be standing here and silver student from this program. I know a lot of you here did not think that either, that know me from the past. I have had some pretty serious struggles, and I'm just so grateful that I keep the doors open for as many times as that's needed, because I needed it a lot. This place has not just saved my life more than once. It has saved my family's life. My sister scholarship from this program. My mother utilized this program until she was able to get on her feet. And I have put my family through a lot of pain. And the first time I was here in 2012, which was 10 years ago, my boys were really small, and there was always an excuse to get back to them, or I need to do this or that. And this time when I came back and walked into Bright Spaces, Chase and Cameron's finger paintings from 2012 were still hanging on the wall. And that just did something to me. They're grown men now. But you know, I can't say enough what this place has done for me and so many other women. You know, I have been a part of the recovery community for many years, but I could not give myself enough time and sit still long enough and allow myself to go through some things in order to be a better mother, a better daughter, a better sister. And now I get to be a really good aunt to my baby nephew. So also a good friend. That was really important too. I have a best friend that's never given up on me. This program is, it's not easy, but what I have came to understand is it's a lot easier than being out on the street and what I was willing to do then out there. So with that, I wanted to say thank you, Casey, for always being willing to pick me up, to answer the phone, regardless of the situation or the circumstance. Tracy, for believing in me. My family, my mama, my sister, Cameron, for never giving up on me, ever, no matter what. And Chef Teresa, who is not here, she's left already, but she really believed in me and gave me an opportunity to do some things differently and to get out of my comfort zone and do something different. So I'm really grateful to her too. Thank everybody so much. This means so much to me. This is really special, so thank you.
Our next alumni entered our recovery program on July 12, 2021, and was referred to us by a participant already in the program. Megan had a smooth progression through our program and entered CPR 1 on August 16, 2021, but had a return to use on August 26, where she was admitted into a non-medical detox. She quickly re-entered the program and made it back to CPR 1 on September 16, 2021, and finally CPR 2 on September 27. While in these portions of the program, Megan was held accountable for attitudes and behaviors such as doing nothing, inappropriate comment, and irresponsibility. She received suggestions such as 2-week yes ban, 500 words on how can I be the change in my community, and 1,000 words on secrets keep me sick. Megan completed a service commitment working in admin and was able to transition out into alumni status on July 17, 2022. While engaged in our program, Megan attended 441 12-step meetings and was engaged in our program a total of 514 days. Please help me welcome Healing Transitions alumni number 312, Megan Goodney.
I want to know why all y'all jump back. Okay, an inappropriate comment? Never. Okay, so I was supposed to prepare a speech, but I did not. I would like to first off thank, of course, the reason I'm here, God, for ordering my steps to even come through that door. Because I did fight it really hard. All y'all know, but so I had called this place for first off, my dad kept telling me that he had a really good friend, that his daughter was here in this program and doing very well. And I just said, well, good for her. Good. I'm glad she's doing well. And so then I'm living in a hotel thinking that's normal, because that's what we do. And I kept calling, trying to get in this 90-day play. I heard 12 to 18 months, and I was like, there's no way. There's no way. So I'm trying really hard, fighting really hard to get this other place. And I would call up here and they'd say, we've got a bed, come on. And then I'd get off the phone and tell my parents, I'm on a waiting list. They don't have a bed, it's full. And so one day my mom came to pick me up and we were in her car and she was like, the number's calling me and it's on speaker in her car and it's Tracy. And she's like, we've got a bed, come on. And I'm like, I mean, there's no denying it because she heard it all. So I was like, I'm gonna go, but I made a deal with my PO, you know, I'll do the 90 days, but I'm 91, you will not see like I'm leaving. And so anyway, I got here, I remember riding with my dad and he was ready to get rid of me. Like the GPS was clearly saying 2 more miles. And he's like, is this it? Is this it? Like he's ready, like, let's go. And so he dropped me off and I get to quarantine and Kathy, who I'd never met, the friend that was here doing well, came to see me in quarantine, you know, and asked if there's anything. And I came in here fighting. Like I didn't come in here and just surrender and give up right then. I wish I could say that, but I didn't. Still trying to get around things and not get through them. And, you know, there's a lot of people here in this building that didn't even know me. I don't know them. And there's a lot of hurt in this building, but there's so much love in this building. It outweighs the hurt. Like we're here for each other. And like they showed me that. And I mean, I didn't even know their names. And so, anyway, I'm not going there. So, this place has just, I've been to a lot of rehabs and kind of like Nicole and the rest of them were saying, like, I came here thinking that this building was it, like that Raleigh was it, like a new place, you know, it's always got to find what's going to fix me. And, you know, this place has taught me that it's really not about the building, it's about the people. And, you know, everybody who does donate to this place, I know that I appreciate it. It has saved my life. Everybody who their time, teaching classes, coming back, Casey and Tracy, like, I don't want to start naming names because I'll forget somebody, but, you know, it's just about being there for each other. And I was able to learn, you know, so many things like, just how to love myself again, like they said, people loving me until I could love myself again. And then it taught me how to turn around and do it for other people, because that's what keeps us going is, you know, I can learn all these things and I went through all these things that I'm ashamed of, things I have guilt about, but that's actually the way I'm able to connect to people today and maybe, you know, help them with some of their shame and guilt. So it was all for a reason. Going through all those things, everything I've been through, everything I've done. Today, I can say that when I finally got here and stopped fighting God's will for my life and just allowed him to do the work and allowed the people that he put in my life, I was able to hear what they had to say and take those suggestions and try them, because that's not going to kill me, those suggestions, but what I was doing out there will. So I just like to thank everybody here.
Finally, our last alumni entered our program through our non-medical detox on June 19th, 2021. Eleanor Linegrubler.
So she got it. She got it.
I've been practicing. Ellie transitioned to the motivation portion of our program on June 21st, 2021, and had a smooth path through our program. Ellie transitioned to CTR1 on August 3rd, 2021, and finally CTR2 on April 27th, 2022. Eleanor completed a service commitment and detox, and while in the commitment portions of the program, Eleanor was addressed on attitudes and behaviors such as not following community guidelines, doing nothing in consideration, and job responsibility. She received suggestions such as 1,000 words on what a healthy relationship looks like, 500 words, only my higher power can fill my void, and a 2-week yes ma'am. Eleanor was able to transition out of our program into alumni status on August 7th and was hired as one of our newest recovery engagement specialists. While engaged in our program, Eleanor attended 287 12-step meetings. And let me just kind of say this, I'm pretty sure her meeting count was really low because she almost silver tripped out of the program while in quarantine. Yes. She spent a lot of time in quarantine. And she was engaged in our program a total of 412 days. Please help me welcome Healing Transitions alumni. emotional, Tracy. You got me. You got me just then. So I just want to thank everybody for being a part of this journey with me. I want to thank all the founders and all the donators, because without them, this wouldn't be possible for me and a lot of my sisters today. I was familiar with the Healing Place long ago. My little sister, she came through this program. She didn't silver chip, but she definitely introduced this place to my family. And so it was my time. When all my options ran out, I had nowhere else to go. This is where I wound up. And similar to Megan, my dad called. My dad was on his way down from New York to pick me up for a vacation, and I realized the condition of really where I was at. I was getting evicted that morning, so I am homeless. And so with that being said, I had no more options. And so this is where I came. And I remember calling Detox. She's like, there's a bed available, just call. And I'm like, I will call later. I'm running out of options, obviously, and I'm getting evicted. And so I finally call, and it was DeCorba. DeCorba did my intake, and me and DeCorba have known each other for some time, just like Casey and Tracy. This place is also the first time that I got to see some of my sister's ashes. She has a brick, and so with me being in current, in active addiction, I wasn't invited to any of my sister's things like that. So, recovery, not recovery, but just her moments. And so this place gave me that. This place gave me a place to heal from that, from the death of my sister, and knowing that there's pictures of my sister all throughout the building has really helped me in dark places here. These ladies who I've built relationships with, I definitely could not have done this without y'all. And staff, Mercedes has always been our ride or die through this program. Amy, Jessica, Casey, and of course Tracy and DeCorba, y'all have all been there for me, and I just really want to thank all y'all. And now I have this wonderful opportunity to be there for the lady who walks through these doors. And I wish I could say I did this all on my own, but I didn't. It was because I finally developed a relationship with my higher power, God. I finally got out of the way of myself, and I finally learned how to love myself. And foremost, I just want to thank all of y'all. Thank you.
Hey guys, my name is Casey House. What's up, fam? I'm the transition case coordinator here at the women's campus, and I'm also alumni number 144. Women in long-term recovery. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for allowing me to be an active part in your life and your story, and what you've given me outweighs what you think that we've helped with you. Yes, thank you. Proud of each other. This was a doozy of a ceremony. So my job right now is I am going to acknowledge each of the ladies that have made it to the CTR2 portion of the program. CTR2 portion of the program is called Commitment to Recovery. And what this looks like is each one of these ladies that we're going to call up tonight has completed the 28 group sessions of recovery dynamics. They each have a working knowledge of that and were voted into CTR2 by their peers. They've learned the importance of accountability for themselves and their sisters. And they've learned that through the community process. They've also built a network of fellowship outside of these doors, within the rooms of Alcoholics Anonymous or NA, or the fellowship of their choice. And they've made a decision to carry on a little bit further. What they're going to learn is budgeting, help with resume building, more accountability. Each one of them has signed up to do what we call a commitment to the program, to give back what was so freely given to them. Some of these ladies have gone to a planning room. Some of these ladies have done building grounds. Some of these ladies have done admin services and kitchen. What they're going to receive tonight is a copy of their detox picture. It's important though. Can't forget, right, Kiki?
You cannot.
They're also going to receive one single marble. because it's a long-standing tradition that we lost all of our marbles while we were out there. So at this point, you can get one bag. Do not drop it, ladies. And they're also going to receive a bracelet. And on that bracelet, it says she believed she could, so she did. So the first lady that we would like to acknowledge is Alicia Martel. The next lady we'd like to acknowledge is Heather Cielo. There we go. Next up, we have Miss Jean White. Next, we would like to acknowledge Miss Claudia Everett. And last but not least, we have Miss Bob Jane Hoover. Thank y'all. And at this time, I think I'd like to turn it over to the board.
All right. Y'all get nervous now, Peggy? So it is I'm sorry, my name is DeCorva White, silver tripper number 138. And it is my honor. Okay, it is my honor and my privilege to present to an employee a plaque for 5 years of service. You guys have heard her name a lot already tonight because she has that type of impact on the people that she serves here in Healing Transition. She's an amazing employee. She's an amazing employee, amazing person, amazing woman in recovery. And thank you for 5 years, Mercedes.
Congratulations, ladies. This is why I love what I do, to see y'all prosper and succeed.
And I'd also like to acknowledge an employee that has just passed their 1-year mark for working in Healing Transitions. She left the program, was eager to come and work here where she's just amazing, always able to count on her. She's always here, always ready, and always waiting to help the next person. So here, Melissa.
True, won't he do it, y'all?
Yeah.
Hey, God is good. The honor and privilege. Beyond anything that I could have dreamed of. If I'd have made these dreams, I would have cut myself short. I come in here, God, I was a mess when I come in here now. But you ladies believed in me. Y'all love me until I could love myself. True, Tracy didn't cut me no slack. CTR too, and she housed it. I'm here because of y'all. Ladies, I couldn't do any of this without y'all. Y'all are why I come here. Y'all are why I do what I do. And it's just truly an honor and a privilege to sit up here today and be able to actually give back what was given to me. Y'all gave me the gift that I couldn't give my mom. And I was a sober daughter. She never saw me sober. And this program and AA and this building gave my mama the opportunity to see a daughter sober before she left this earth. And I am truly honored for that. Stick and stay, y'all. It's beyond anything you can imagine. Truly, truly honored. And it's a privilege to be here, y'all. Thank you.
Six 55. Did this disappoint? I'm fortunate to be able to sit in this room among such strength, such support, such change. I mean, a lot of places people can be tonight. We're in this room watching family trajectories change. I mean, bend to a new future. And that's just remarkable. All the places I could be, all the places you could be tonight. We're here. And I just want to thank you all for sharing your stories, your strength, and your hope. Thank the families and alumni that came out. Look forward to next time we get together with this. It's always a beautiful thing and something with deep gratitude. But thank you so much for being here.